How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video for you guys. And yeah, so you guys may have noticed the last couple of days, I've been primarily focused on the Tensor G5. And the reason for that is because when I talked about that, I was willing to upgrade to the Pixel 10, which I normally wouldn't have done because I've been primarily focused on the A series Pixels. And I have the Pixel 9a. I've been using it. It's been a great experience. Nothing bad to say about the phone. But I am curious to see what is going to be different with the Tensor G5 because it is not manufactured by the Samsung foundry anymore. And so I was a little disappointed, and I agree with some of you guys who talked about the Made by Google event. They never really talked about the Tensor G5. Like they made mention of it, but they never really talked about it. And so, looking on the internet trying to find as much information as possible. Like we do know the architecture build, how it's built out. It's a 3 nanometer processor, but we all have questions in mind. Like, a lot of people tend to want the tensor to be just a like a full-on copy of the Snapdragon 8 Elite. That's the feeling that I get with such of the backlash about the Tensor G5. It's like it has to be identically built as the 8 Elite processor from Qualcomm. Even though the goal with the Pixels is far different than what Samsung is trying to achieve. Samsung is trying to achieve a one-size-fits-all type of scenario when it comes to their smartphones. And primarily that's what their focus is. It's like they want it to be for gamers, they want it to be for casual users, they want it to be for the heavy users, they want it to be for the business savvy, they want it to be for content creators. And when I look at Google Pixels, they are more for the casual user and the photographers because that's where a lot of the stuff is primarily focused on. Like for the casual users, you have AI access through Gemini, and you can ask it just basic random questions, things that you would, ask Google Assistant back in the day, things that you would ask, Google Now. Those things, if you remember, it was just plain stuff. So you have AI, which is a bit smarter, and it's ever evolving and ever changing, and people are just asking it all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff. So, it's for the casual user, it's for the photographers, a lot of influencers who go on vacation. They whip out the Pixel, they snap a photo. It's a great photo of like them at the beach or, them at a party, them at, like up in the wilderness, whatever the case may be. But, Pixels is not for the gamers, it's not for the heavy users. And it's not really for the business savvy, even though you could possibly use it because of, like the whole G suites with the Pixel phone. I mean, they're going to go hand in hand and play well together, sort of. Um, so it leaves us with a lot of questions. But, as I've been saying that we can't really judge the phone because we don't have the phone in hand, it's not a stab at people to say that people are wrong if they feel like it's underperforming, underpowered, or anything like that. I'm just saying that we don't even really have the phones in hand. We haven't used it for a week, for 3 weeks, for a month, for 3 months, for 6 months. Like, we don't know how it's going to behave. We have a guesstimation of things, and we have most of us, at least myself, who's a Pixel fan, are a bit optimistic because it's switched from the Samsung foundry to TSMC, who also builds the Qualcomm Snapdragon processor chips. They also build Intel processor chips. So, we're going with a reputable company this time around. We are really excited to see what this chip is going to be able to do. Do I feel like it's going to be as powerful as the 8 Elite? Yes and no. Okay. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, this guy's stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about because everyone seems to do that when I make these really weird thoughts and it doesn't resonate with them. So here's what I mean by that. Is it going to be powerful like the 8 Elite? Yes, for all the AI stuff that Google focuses on. Remember, Google's primary thing now is AI. That's not what Samsung Galaxy's focused on. Is it going to be as powerful as the 8 Elite? And I say no, because if you're judging it based on like how well it can run a game, how well can it, run these heavy tasks, we may be surprised that it can handle it well. Maybe it won't handle it well. But what I do know is the two focuses that is going to be with the Tensor G5 is on photography and videography and AI. Whether you're asking it to make you cute little dog photos with a balloon attached to them, or if you're like having it try to build you, the ever so popular 1994 Nokia Snake game, um, with Gemini Pro. Because if you get the 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL, you get a year of Gemini Pro. The Pixel 10s don't get that opportunity. So, like I said, at the end of the day, we have to get these things in hand to know how they're going to perform. Most of us are a bit optimistic about it. Yes, there are people out there who are a bit pessimistic about it, but that's the beauty of, well, it was once the beauty of this culture and this community. I think a lot of entitlement has gotten to people's heads. It made them believe that if you don't agree with them, you're wrong. I don't know what it is today, but everyone just wants to get on social media and argue about such the craziest things, and it's very pointless to do that. And it's in the the reason that I feel like a lot of content creators today for the tech space have made secondary YouTube channels on a different subject, whether they talk about sports, cars, home improvement, cooking, family vlog, whatever it may be. They're doing something different. It's not because they're burnt out from tech, is that sometimes it just gets, a bit of like it can drain somebody if you're always focused on those types of comments and those types of thought processes. There we go. Anyways, I suffer from ADHD. Make fun of me all you want to. I don't care. But then that just makes other people hypocrites because if people today are like, be accepting of everybody, but then you make fun of me because of my ADHD, that's pretty hypocritical. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying, we need to get the Tensor G5 in hand. But also, we need to be paying attention to the other stuff that's coming out too. So I will be making videos this week also talking about the Pixel Watch 4 and the Pixel Buds, the two Pixel Buds that we're getting. Yeah, I think that's like the way to go for the rest of this week. I don't know. You guys tell me.